My next guest I have had quite a bit of correspondence with in the last few months. A $7 million privately funded high-performance tennis centre designed to support Olympic pathway juniors and provide free respite and training for international professional players has been stalled for more than 2 years due to a planning deadlock between the Moreton Bay Regional Council, the Queensland State Government and the State Planning Authority. Despite broad acknowledgement by all parties that the project is trapped in a bureaucratic loop, no pathway forward has been identified, raising serious questions about how privately funded, community-focused sporting infrastructure can be delivered in Queensland ahead of the Brisbane 2032 Olympic Games. A high-performance tennis centre to aid our youth. And John Newton is the owner. He's the project lead of a privately funded high-performance tennis centre, which he and many others is hoping can be built. John, it's great to have you on the show tonight.
Thanks, Brett. Thanks for your support. It's been a long journey in the last 3 years trying to build something for free, pretty much, for something that's really needed in tennis.
What's been the driving force, John, for you to invest a lot of your time, your money, and your passion?
I think it's all about junior tennis. My kids, we're first generation tennis, and I think that's really important. I've not come from any of the history that most of your viewers or people that you have on have history of playing tennis, running tennis, doing events. We're nothing. We were just business owners, had a couple of kids, and before the kids came, we built a house and we put a tennis court in. When the kids were born, let's play a sport, let's play tennis. So that's what we did. So the kids were training since about 5, and one of them's 11 and one of them's 9 now. And I think the issue was that once we went to clubs and did the tennis, the problem came was that when we wanted more, clubs can't offer more because, rightly so, they're churning out the numbers. Right? They need to get 300, 400 people through there a week. But what we wanted let me a private every second day. We want to play squads, and we want to do that at 9 years old. And we couldn't find it, and we really couldn't find it. So what we thought, well, we'll do it a different way. We'll get our own coach, right? So we'll get our own coach, and we'll train, at Tennyson, or we'll train at Sanford, or we'll train somewhere. But the issue that we got then, whilst we have our own court, is that a coach, and this blows people away. A private coach cannot train on a club court, even if you hire the court, because they want their own coaches to do it. Yep. So we had a bit of a deadlock because not all clubs can provide the best coaches, and not all clubs can give us head coach. All right. So what do we do? So what we decided to do in 2023 was we bought 11 acres just off the Bruce Highway in Narangba or Dakavan area, and we said we're going to build a tennis academy just for high-performance juniors. Easy. Spend the $2 million, let's get it through council. Well, three years on. Yep. 3 years on, and it's just an absolute amazing deadlock. And I've had everyone, Brett. I've had on site, and we've cleared the 2.5 acres. We've got 3 pads going down a mountain that's going to take 6 tennis courts. We're ready to go. I've had Jane Prentice there. I've had Scott Draper there. I've had Stephen Miles, Terry Young. I've had Dullarball there, who's the physio for the Davis Cup. I've had Grand Slam players. I've had all levels of government. I had the sports minister's team on site. Out of all those people, and all we're trying to do is build a facility for 20 kids and for pro players, and I just can't get it through. I've had an email today, which absolutely just burns us. We were looking for a pathway, right? So a pathway with council, you won't allow it. Let's go to state. Yep. State says we can't allow it until council allows it. It blows me away. It's so hard, it's so difficult, and it's our money. It's for free. I don't know what to do.
Oh, look, I'm hearing you. Getting things through council, it's a long, drawn-out process. So I've seen the drawings and the design. Just paint a little picture for those driving around their car, John, tonight. You talk about the amount of tennis courts, just what this facility would actually encompass. What would be there for aspiring youngsters to come and train and really, try and go down that pathway of potentially being a professional tennis player?
Yep, no problem. So it's 11 acres. It's a gated property, so this is a private facility, and it's really hit home with council, trying to tell council this isn't a public. We're not trying to take away from club tennis, and we're not trying to take away from the National Academy. We're trying to build something that's in between. So what we have there, we've finished the drawings. We're up to engineering. We are gone so far. Everything from tree mapping for council through to the slabs. They're all been done. But what we've got there is we've got a $2 million clubhouse, and that clubhouse, we're going to call it a communal building because we're not running a club as such. We're running it just for a select few. But there's a $2 million clubhouse. It's even got a recording studio in there, thanks to you, Brett. We're going to put in we're thinking that these 20 kids and these pro players will want to vent something. It's a 3-story clubhouse. It's got its own lap pool. It's got ice baths. It's got saunas. It's got leg recovery room. It's got cycle room. It's got Pilates room, all in this communal building for the players. It's got 9 houses on site, little houses, 1 and 2 bedrooms. Those 9 houses are only for pro players, world pro players, don't even have to be Australian, who want to respite, recover, and hit in Australia. They do have to give back. Whilst they can live there for up to a month for free, they've got to give back. And our metrics are telling us you want to live there for a week, you're going to give back 4 or 5 hours back to Queensland juniors. So there's 9 little houses on there, and our main residence where I'll live is up the front of the property. It's got 6 courts, all 4 Grand Slam courts. So this is the kicker that's not been done in Australia before. So we have the clay, the real grass, the Australian Open, the US Open hard court surfaces, plus 2 extra hard courts as well. So 6 courts all up. 2 are under roof. $500,000 to roof 2 courts. So I still can't get it through council. Landscaping, going down a mountain, off the road, at the back of a property, parking lots all the way through to electric car charging, solar lighting for a 9-metre roof. Brett, come on, this is international standard court. But we still can't get it through. And all I've wanted, come on, if I get the sports minister team on site, they came out to Dacabin, him and his team are looking over the property, and I say, mate, these are the problems that we're having with the pathway. Can you help us with giving us a person that can navigate it? I've had 2 town planners and a lawyer on staff trying to manage this for 3 years, and I still can't get it through. So you would think that the sports minister, and I even had the Paralympics second in charge come out. You'd think with those people looking down at this project, seeing the finished plans, that someone in their department could say, I'm going to take hold of John's hand and we're going to get him through. We don't want any special privileges. I even went to the Deputy Premier to try and get it through as an important investment for Queensland sport. To not get a knockback, but then push us back to council again. It's just bizarre. So that's what we're offering. And what we're offering is it's going to be 16 to 20 children, juniors, 10 to 14 is all we're really catering for. They will pay a fee. It is 20 kids max. There's going to be a school. It has to be schooled. That's our problem. I think Australian tennis has a problem with that, especially with juniors. We can't expect, and this is how my kids at the moment. My kids get on the court at 5:45 a.m. Then they finish in 2 hours. Got to go to school. Get back on the court at 4. Right? You can't do that. School's just too hard. But we need schooling. So we have a classroom with 20 kids, a 20-seat classroom on site as well. We'll provide a school teacher. We're providing 3 full-time coaches. We're providing the recovery person as well. We're providing physio. All that's part of the package. But the big thing is 2 parts, right? The juniors, top juniors, 20 who want to come, and then the pro players who want to respite and live in Australia and come here and hit for free and live in the accommodation. So that's what we're building, mate.
Okay. I'm a little restricted for time, John, but I think you painted a pretty good picture for those who mightn't have known about this facility. So just a couple of quick ones. So what is the major stumbling block that it keeps coming back to being not approved? What's the major reason being given here?
A couple of acres of trees that they didn't like being removed, even though the state koala people have said, that's okay. Here's a letter. We forgive. Tree overlays. State government already said they've forgiven. Council gave us a fine. We paid the fine. Okay. So 3 departments that are part of this have all given us the approval, but they won't allow it to pass through. So it's really stuck in Moreton. Moreton Bay is the kicker at the moment. Okay. We've asked. And then that's where our problem is. And we've asked for the mayor to come out, but we're really having a problem with Moreton Bay. And this is 11 acres, Brett. I'm giving back 11 acres to Sport and Rec to Moreton Bay, and they still won't take it.
And you've said you've got the support of Tennis Queensland and the president, the CEO Cam Pearson's been out there. What about Tennis Australia directly? Have you spoken to the national governing body about this?
Well, we haven't. Obviously, they know about it, and Cameron Pearson, obviously, as you know, runs the BI anyway, and he does that for Tennis Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone at the national development know what we're building. We're not trying to step on anyone's toes, but I'm not sure. Look, everyone knows what we're doing, and Cameron as well has said he sent his letters off to government as well, but. I just don't think it's a tennis. I don't think tennis can do any more. It's a government thing, and Moreton Bay in particular. Everyone's passionate. Now, this is the biggest tennis investment in this space for 10 years since they built KTV on the Gold Coast.
Yep.
But you got to remember, accommodation, housing, and all 4 Grand Slam courts in the one location has not been done in Australia. And if I don't get it through this year, I'm going to say, if we can't give our $7 million away, we'll just go to Spain, because that's where we have to go. And you look, that's where everyone has to go. We have to go and train with the same like-minded juniors, and we can't do that at 10 years old. At 11-year-old, you can't do it.
Yep. If you want to take a look, you've listened to John's story tonight. Newtowns Tennis, Newtons Tennis, all one word, .com.au. You can see what the whole setup looks like and all the detail that John has explained. Let's circle back, John, and look, I think, on face value, I don't live in Queensland. I know how good a tennis state Queensland is. This can only be a good thing from my vantage point for the sport. Let's hope that certainly local council can eventually see it that way. But let's circle back and continue to have some dialogue.
Thanks very much.
John Newton joining us, who I've been in contact with for a little while and seen the detail behind this high-performance tennis centre. A passion there to, certainly help our aspiring junior players have a place where they can go to try and really excel.